Live on Stream It Sports, Northern Colorado. It's PSD High School Basketball. This broadcast is brought to you by Schrader Oil. Fuel your day. By Pedersen Toyota. Everything cars made easy. And by First Bank. Visit any of our convenient locations in Northern Colorado. And now for the play-by-play, here's David Haase and Randy McCoy.
Welcome to PSD Athletics tonight, live on Stream It Sports from Fossil Ridge High School in beautiful Fort Collins, Colorado. Fossil Ridge Sabercats will host the Rocky Mountain Lobos in Colorado High School girls basketball action. Hello, my name is Randy McCoy, along with my partner Eric Freihauf and Chris Colton on camera. And Eric, we've got two games tonight, but this first game, Rocky Mountain and Fossil Ridge, both two top teams in the Front Range League.
Boy, dishing it up tonight, a doubleheader, and I tell you, it's great to be at this time of the season.
Oh yeah.
You take a look at where things are maturing as a team, and both teams are playing well this time of season. Lobos coming in at 11-1 after a nice victory this last week, and then Sabercats 10-4. Both of those in 5A Front Range girls basketball standings are showing great promise as they try to make a run through the rest of this season. Rocky Mountain 11-1, 3-0 in conference. Fossil Ridge 2-1 in conference. I think Fossil wants to own the court tonight.
I believe they do, and you know, as this is a crosstown rivalry, and when both teams are good, it's really something. Should have a packed out by the end of the girls game, and boys game should have a packed house. You're going to hear one name a lot, Ashley Stefik.
Oh, Ashley Stefik is an amazing player from the Fossil Ridge girls basketball team. They're going to rely on her, averaging 17.2 points per game, 3.6 rebounds, well actually 6.6 rebounds per game, 3 on defense, 3 on offense. She's a very balanced player, and boy, steals, 4 steals a game along with 3 assists. She knows how to get the team down the court.
And for Rocky Mountain, you've got Sarah Jones, you got McDonald, you got several players within 5 to 10 points. Ultimate team.
Very balanced team. You take a look at it, none greater than, let's say, 10 points per game, but they're all contributing through that process. You know, both these teams only have 2 seniors. So you think about the youth and their maturity as they go through this season. Both coaches are looking forward to a great run, but they know that they have something coming back next year.
Yeah, Fossil Ridge has experience going deep in the playoffs here recently with good players, and I talked to Coach Sauls before our last game, and he says he's stacked at the freshman level and at the sophomore level, and I know Rocky Mountain is too, so should be an exciting game tonight. We'll be back after these messages for the tip-off. You're watching Stream It Sports.
Great news! We broke our all-time sales record, and it's all thanks to my nephew, Skylar.
Bro, it's Sky.
After my brother made me hire Sky, I switched us to First Bank to make up for him. Now business is better than ever.
No matter the reason, switching to First Bank can help your business grow.
Honestly, the experience here at Pedersen sold me. Quick, easy.
It was easy. An easy process.
Super easy.
It's just as easy as could be. My name is Sonny Lubick, and I've been a customer of Pedersen's for over 25 years. After a while, you're not a customer anymore, you're family. They really build up a relationship. And I think probably the thing that keeps me coming back the most is their service is easy. It's too easy, in fact.
Wayne, everyone knows by now that Schrader's Country Stores have the best car washes around. They don't need to see you standing in the car wash explaining the undercarriage wash, the rocker panel spray, the protective finish application, and the jet dryer. No, Wayne, all you have to do is see the beautiful shine on my nice clean car. No muss, no fuss, and I'm certainly not all wet.
You won't get soaked at Schrader Country Store car washes, just shiny clean.
You're watching PSD High School Sports live in high definition on Stream It Sports NoCo.
our starting lineups here, and Eric, we just watched Rocky Mountain play last week, David and I, and very, very impressive team. Coming in 11-1, as you said, and
averaging 43 points per game, 27 rebounds per game, so they do control the boards a lot. But again, as we talked about this early on, this is really a balanced team, so Fossil's going to have to come out and be able to actually guard a variety of players that all can score for them.
There's Stefik and Guzman. There's Metcalf. Mishak is probably one of the steadiest players you'll see.
They're going to have to rely on her.
Riley Dunn. And that's your starting lineup for the Fossil Ridge Sabercats. You see here in the background the Fossil Ridge Performance Band. Typically come and play at these city games. So we play 4 8-minute quarters here at Colorado High School basketball. Our team's ready, the refs are ready, and here's my partner, Mr. Eric Freihauf.
Well, as they toss it up here tonight, we're going to be looking at a fast-paced game. I think both ends are going to be really pushing the ball. Head coach Chad Sauls for Fossil Ridge, along with assistant coach Jamie Menifee, Justin Vallejo, Kenny Smith, and Mariah Betros. They get themselves ready for this particular game. And on the opposite side, Justine France with assistant coaches Brett Southworth, Jillian Mazurka, I'm sorry if I mispronounced that, and Eric Dudley.
And we have to announce already that you are a Rocky Mountain alum.
Yes, way back in the time, I did play for Rocky.
Justine France is a first-year head coach. How do you like to do that your first 12 games? Win 11 of your first 12 games in your coaching job.
He's got the right recipe for them to come out and put something out there on the court. Lobos coming out on really a man-to-man. See how Fossil responds to this. Again, we talked a little bit about what's the main scoring for Fossil, and that really goes through Ashley Stefik, who's a sophomore. 17 points per game, so the rest of the team's going to need to be able to come out. Nice defense. Both teams just not producing on that first time around. Both testing the waters. Looking for deep throws down into the post. Nice long shot off the board, and yes, it is midweek, so the bank is open, and
first
Ashley
bank
Stefik comes in. Looks like a late deposit by her from far downtown on the angle. Nice way to start the game. Gets driven by. Fossil coming in, 29.9 rebounds per game versus Rocky's 27.4. Both very strong on the boards. Fossil trying to control it there. Change it to possession. It was a jump ball from the rebound. Fossil playing a 2-3 zone, seeing what they can do to force Rocky to shoot it from outside. Long outside shot. Nothing but the bottom of the net for number 11, Longshore, a senior, one of the two seniors. He averages 4.9 points per game, but that was a big three for them to tie up the game.
Yeah, Lena Longshore is says she's an institution here. She's been playing varsity since her freshman year, so
that's a tremendous skill set. Now Metcalf coming in from behind, trying to see if she can be able to help out on the long pass. Defensive transition a little bit short there. Town, a junior up front, trying to direct traffic. From outside, Bennett tried to hit it, could not find the stroke. Back over to the Fossil. Quick hands. by Jones. And then picked right back up, but could not be put in by Town. Little foul. Aggressive play so far by Rocky Mountain High School there.
Again, Rocky Mountain might be coming in as a favorite here, especially record-wise, 11-1, 10-4 for Fossil Ridge. But Fossil Ridge has a huge win this year against Lakewood.
It was a big win, and I think they needed to draw from that based off of where their team is in scoring, and that was a more balanced scoring process. You take a look at Rocky Mountain, they're in a 6-win streak right now. Fossil Ridge on a 2-win streak. Their last loss, Rocky Mountain, was back on December 10th, over a month ago against East, and it was really a fast turnaround game that they had to play, which was less than 24 hours up in Wyoming. This is a team that's really rock solid. 5 minutes, 43 seconds left in this first quarter, 3-4. The Lobos, the visiting Lobos, taking the lead on the Fossil Ridge.
You know, a lot of times you'll see players, and there's Guzman. Oh,
nice shot. Good offensive rebound. You take a look at how Fossil is aggressive to the hole. Picks up the rebound, gets us another possession.
I was going to say Ashley Stefik had some pretty gaudy numbers to start the season, but she still maintained a 17-point average, and that's tough. Once you start playing conference games, they would get a lot tougher. So we have a personal foul there.
Well, number 11, Metcalf going up.
We'll give a shout out to our executive producer, Phil Mildren. Haven't seen old Phil in a while, but he's back in the truck. If the truck means his bedroom or wherever his computer is, back at his house in Denver. So
now Metcalf's a 50% free throw shooter. She's not been to the line that much this year. She's got 8 total attempts, 4 makes. Based off of the stats that we get, again, we get that through the kindness of Max Preps.
McDonald coming out as Coach France talking to her about getting her hands up.
Keeping her hands up, not reaching, trying to get that foul that you don't want. Deep throw inside. Good hands. I say. Quick shot and rebound. Now the transition. See where Fossil can do. Can she create?
Said Stefik's averaging 4 steals a game.
You know, I think when you're active out there on the court and you're trying to create, and if you are the primary scorer, sometimes you also need to be able to be the playmaker.
Guzman,
nice.
3.
Outshined by Guzman. Averaging 5.8 points per game.
And
you know, you take a look at Rocky and how they're trying to handle this press. I mean, this half-court zone. It's a 2-1-2, so they're playing that 2-3 zone, push the center up a little bit further to handle a high post type of play. That's the way that Rocky's trying to beat it. But they're getting deep catches down to the hole. Oh, the pass was not seen. It was a nice feat because there was no help side, but was not able to get the post to be able to pick that one up. Sarah Jones lifts it off her knee. Nice deep pass. One thing about Rocky, they're taking it to the hole.
They are, and again, they're very comfortable winning this year, so they're not going to back down. And, you know, part of the frustration since they've added a couple of teams to the conference is there's not a home and away anymore. So there's just one time that these teams will meet. For a few years, it was you had a home game and you had an away game. So you got to pretty much you got to say what you're going to say in one game.
You do, and you don't get any prep work, actually. So you don't get a chance to come back after maybe learning what their nuances are and being able to play. You know, a game where now Rocky hits the second one. It makes it 8-5 with 3:43 left in this first quarter. Rocky sticking with their man-to-man. A little lost handle there, but Steps back for the three. One thing about when you get a primary scorer on a team, if you can't get motion out of the rest of the team, then it's putting more pressure on your primary scorer to shoot more times. And if you're a good defense, you make those adjustments there. That time, you saw Sarah Jones really take it in, take a step back, and not be able to hit it. We'll take a timeout here, shortly here for Stream It Sports. We'll be right back.
First Glance feature shows account information with just a swipe, making it easy to keep track of my balance. And I like keeping track of things.
Check your balance with just a swipe on the First Bank mobile app.
Honestly, the experience here at Pedersen sold me. Quick, easy.
It was easy, easy process.
Super easy.
It's just as easy as could be. My name is Sonny Lubick, and I've been a customer of Pedersen's for over 25 years. After a while, you're not a customer anymore, you're family. They really build up a relationship. And I think probably the thing that keeps me coming back the most is their service is easy. It's too easy, in fact.
Oh. Well, we got right back to you here. They started up a little bit quicker than we thought they would. Came out of a short timeout. Rocky Mountain High School comes down, feeds it deep into Sarah Jones. Sarah Jones goes up and gets the foul, and one actually in this process. She's strong inside.
Averaging about 10 points a game. She's the leading scorer. Transferred from Loveland a couple of years ago, I believe. Or moved, family moved.
Yep. One of the two seniors on the team. A little cross court, a little dangerous, getting it deep down into the post. Oh, and an offensive foul. Hobbs looking like she might have had a good move to the hole. Not able to get through the defender. I thought that was a real good straight up play.
I did too. And Miss Hobbs is quite a singer too. She sang our national anthem the last game broadcast we had.
That's right. Well, now it's a half court, a 1-2-2 trap that they're plumbing out. See if they can cause Rocky to do something different.
That's very good by Rocky.
Really forces them to shoot the ball quicker. As the pressure's on, they try to get it around to the corner, and if they can't hit the outside shot, if nobody's driving, then it gives them an opportunity to get the rebound. Foul on that rebound too. Looks like Rocky's going to put the full court pressure on as well too. Boy, Sarah Jones, this senior has good footwork. There's Hobbs again. They're going to have to get those to fall down if they're going to be able to be using that rest of that team to score to help out.
Well, they haven't been able to get the ball to Mishak yet, and she's their primary inside scorer. Nice block.
Good block. Almost traveled.
And went over and back, and no call on that. Maybe they determined they didn't have possession.
That could have been. Bennett from Rocky, a junior, averaging 7.9 points per game, just not finding that stroke from the baseline yet. Rocky putting the pressure out on defense. Good man-to-man defense, putting the pressure outside. That's one person you definitely want to have pressure out on side.
Boy, that's a nice jab step, wasn't it?
Yep.
You know, that's picture perfect, is if you got somebody up on you and you want to get them off, you jab step them and they go back, and then you raise up and shoot.
Yeah, you take a look at it. It was a tough assignment there for Jade Gosar. She's a junior. She's having to really find a way to shut down Ashley Stefik, who is the primary scorer for Fossil. Mishak steps in, almost taps it away, but Rocky gets it back and then eyed it, could not find it. Good hands on ball, gets the steal.
Can't throw it through him, can you?
Well, there's a law behind there, you know. Hands are quick again. Both sides making good defensive plays. Can they convert them into points? Good hands by number 5. Guzman stopping the transition and the pull-up. Missed, but a rebound and quick off the board. Rocky's going to call a quick timeout. 10-8 with 57 seconds left in this time frame. We'll take a timeout. Stream It Sports.
Wayne, Everyone knows by now that Schrader's Country Stores have the best car washes around. They don't need to see you standing in the car wash explaining the undercarriage wash, the rocker panel spray, the protective finish application, and the jet dryer. No, Wayne, all you have to do is see the beautiful shine on my nice clean car. No muss, no fuss, and I'm certainly not all wet.
You won't get soaked at Schrader Country Store car washes, just shiny clean.
Now Rocky with 1 minute left in this first quarter, looking to see if they can tie this up or take the lead. Little dribble rub handoff. Now getting it into their prime scorer, Sarah Jones. Gets it deep down in. Goes up for the shot. Town thinking she's going all the way to the bucket. Raw, strong move. Able to draw the foul. Fouls on number 15, Vallejo, a junior. Nice deep pass inside.
Second half of the game against Fort Collins, Town took the game over, dribbled down, split the defense, and made about 4 assists in a row that kind of put Rocky Mountain out ahead of Fort Collins in the game last week. On Friday night we had.
Game player there. Missed 2 free throws over the back. Not called, but Sarah Jones aggressive to the hole. The refs allow him to play, tie it up 10-10 with 32 seconds left in this first quarter.
Well, you know, if you don't box out, they're not going to call that typically. So
yep.
They see you trying to box out, they'll call it. There's Meshach, and she's money.
Money. Nice shot, able to take some of that pressure off of Ashley Stevick. Steps up to the top of the key and hits it. 14 seconds left, 12-10. What can Rocky do in these last 10 seconds? A screen on ball, far throw over to Sarah. 6 seconds left on the clock. Driving hard, coming underneath, could not get it. Good rebound by Meshach. Closes out the quarter with a 12-10 lead that first quarter. Great play by both teams. We were expecting this type of play on the home court. We see a great team so far. Come on back. Stream It Sports, taking a break.
The experience here at Pedersen sold me. Quick, easy.
It was easy, easy process.
Super easy.
It's just as easy as could be. My name is Sonny Lubick, and I've been a customer of Pedersen's for over 25 years. After a while, you're not a customer anymore, you're family. They really build up a relationship. And I think probably the thing that keeps me coming back the most is their service is easy. It's too easy, in fact.
He played for School of Mines.
Talked a little bit about Meshach on that last jump shot she hit. Man, that was perfect rhythm. She took it. She just went up with it. You can't draw it up any better than that.
Well, it looks like a shot that she's practiced a lot, and I'm sure she's practiced a lot because I know her dad.
Yeah.
Her dad and I played a little travel basketball after we both came out of college, playing some post-college fun games.
Yeah.
Great player. I'm sure he gave her a lot of them. You know, you don't know about this. Meshachs actually have a pad in their backyard with the hoop, so I know that they've been working a lot on that shot. And so it was kind of fun to see them come around. You know, those types of shots where you got a big coming from a baseline post coming up to the top of the key, you got to hit those, and I think that'll help out the rest of the team to get that rhythm going.
Yeah, well, and you pull the other bigs out from underneath the bucket when the big can shoot from outside.
Pressure being put up by Town. Town almost has a 5-second call. Looks like it.
And
push off by number 40, Riley Dunn. I think underneath. Might have been trying to get a screen.
Yeah, it was a screen.
Yep, and then she was trying to wipe somebody off to get Ashley Stevick.
She wiped him off, all right.
And a foul called against it. Town coming down, resetting up the Lobos up top. A little cross screen there. See if McDonald takes a shot, does not get it, but the rebound, a great hustle by Town, keeps the ball alive. Good pullback. Drive again, off the backboard too much. Just did not set herself back in bounds before getting that loose ball. Good call by the ref.
That was McDonald, and she's much improved. She had a great game Friday night against Fort Collins.
Well, Stevick going to bring the ball up. Guzman can also relieve that pressure for him. Full court, man-to-man. Lobos sticking to that. been a good equation for them. 12-10 with 7 minutes left in this second quarter. Now is there movement? Nope. I think that's one thing where coach is looking for some movement instead of just moving it around the perimeter and standing. Will somebody come up and get that ball? Boy, almost over and back, fortunate. Mishak coming up on a screen on ball. Rolls, can't see it. Stefik goes for three, can't get it. Mishak pulls it back in, steps underneath, and draws a foul against Sarah Jones. Great play, two things.
Up and under.
Well, hustling to get the rebound. Second, taking it to the basket and drawing a foul against one of the better players for the Lobos. Mishak stepping up to the line. Mishak free throws this year, if you took a look at how many she's shot so far. Looking for the stat here, and I don't have it right in front of me. Looks like it's missing. It's one thing you can't always have. This is a pure stat pack just to give you some feedback on them. Makes the second of the two. Makes it 13-10 with 6:52 left in this second quarter. Fossils moved to the man-to-man. If you remember early on in the game, they were in a zone trying to force outside shots. This man-to-man is opening up a little bit more of the drive, and Sarah Jones doing the same thing that Mishak did down the other end, takes it all the way to the hole.
Rocky Mountain has had good athletes for the last few years on their girls team, and this year's no exception as Jones misses the first. But this year they've got a few more people that are basketball player athletes, and you know the difference. You know, you can be a great athlete, and as David says, you can run between the baskets, but a lot of times the ball didn't go in the basket when you're just a good athlete. So
you do have to have a little skill in that
you
area.
do, but this year they've got skilled players, and I think that's why they're 11-1.
Yep. That's so nice as a coach to be able to work with players that have a fundamental in the game, be able to stitch together an offense that takes advantage of their skills, and then from there see the heart and the effort come back in, and there you see it right there. Outside shot by Stefik's missed, but they come back in, and number 11 Longshore gets the rebound, ducks underneath. There were two on the board that last time. Sarah Jones saw it there, had a wide opening. She thought she had it down, could not get it in. Rebound by Fossil. One thing about Fossil, they have no problems getting it down into the post. A two-point shot from the corner by Longshore.
It's Metcalf, I believe, 11, yep.
Did Metcalf get that one? Sorry about that. Yep, Metcalf. Stefik looking at something, now moving it around. Guzman looking inside. Mishak couldn't get the shot. Stefik steps back. Just a little bit off. Jones bringing up the ball. Aggressive to the hole. Off the backboard. Boy, that is a value. When you have to match up bigs against each other and that big has a ball handling skill, you use that in transition and you'll be able to get some advantages there. Nice deep drive by Stefik.
Metcalf.
Can Metcalf hit it off the front end? Nope. Rebound by Sarah Jones. Control. Did not see Mishak in the back.
You know, you kind of wonder there, and you know, we both coached for a lot of years, and you never yell for the ball. And that looked to me like somebody was saying, I'm open, and she just turned around and threw it, but she didn't throw it. So if you can't see them,
make sure it's a pass. Those are turnovers, and I think coaches, when they look at it, don't like having turnovers. One of the things that coach is looking at here is boy, we've had some great opportunities for shots down at the other end. And when you take a look at Coach Saul's kind of going, we're getting either fatigued or we're just not focusing and concentrating. So he calls a 30-second timeout to really calm them down, get his plan in order, talk to a few of the players to make sure that they are going to execute the way he wants to do it, and then put them back onto the court. I think a breather for both teams like that was pretty good because it was fast-paced, back and forth over this last minute or two. 17-13 with 5 minutes left in this second quarter. Fossil ahead. Deep in the corner. Looked like she was going to do a runner. Could not handle it. Metcalf out
What a great pass, though.
Oh, yeah. That was Hobbs, I believe. Hobbs, a sophomore. You know, one of the nice things about when they have a younger team like this is the team environment. There's nobody there that's playing for themselves. Not saying that Oilers don't do that, but you get that everybody wants to contribute on that. Nice steal by Stefik. Trying to look inside. Oop.
Fossil Ridge famous for their half-court trap, and on both boys and girls teams do that, and you'll see a lot of steals in that. That time Metcalf was able to get in, and
it
was an easy steal, really.
Deep in the corner. Can they get it down inside to Dunn? Can. Creates space, so no 5-second call. Resets it. Guzman over on the side, looking down into the post. Can they get it down low? Nice drive down and step. Opposite side, Stefik not able to bring it in, but great hustle by Bennett to get that rebound and puts it back into the other end. Can she also step up and hit the three after the three? Cannot.
Metcalf taking over some of the ball handling now, and that's a bad angle.
Yep. And that's
it's fool's gold, isn't it?
Oh, you can see the coaches over there talking a little bit about fundamentals for feeding the post. If they are going at a high level of denial, you got to bring it around the perimeter. Nice drive by number 22, Ecker, a sophomore, averaging 2.7 points per game, but she showed she had the energy
and
to
she
get
had
to
the left hand, too.
Yes. Good ball handling skills. Try to reverse the ball, see if they can get it down in, but Stefik looks from the outside. Good hustle by Guzman inside. Could not hold on to it, but Gozer brings it back in. Rips it out of the hands and controls it. Nice move. Oh, looked like a jump ball early on that might have been called.
And it is.
Hobbs coming on Longshore as Longshore makes a nice move from the top. Defense was about a foot or two off for her. She gets the feed up at the top. As a good post, face the basket, understand what you can do, and makes a nice drive down the side. Couldn't get the call, but they still have the ball. Jones back in, trying if she can move around. Little 2-3 zone. Travel, not sure what she didn't know what she wanted to do with that.
No, she didn't.
I think that 2-3 zone kind of threw her off because I think she was thinking it was still man-to-man.
It's McDonald back in now. Mentioned before, big brother's playing football at CSU, Max McDonald.
Hopefully listen out here on Stream It Live. Nice block.
Boy.
Guzman coming in, thinking she has a kind of a lane coming down the side of the lane and going up off the board, but McDonald,
boy, she blocked without fouling, which is
really nice, and from behind, so she was trailing.
It's more of an art now. It seems like the trailing block than it used to be.
Yep, it's a timing, and you got to be able to make sure you have space enough to not hit the body. 1-2 step, not able to get it down. Rebound by Jones. Tries to get it out the door. Almost a carry.
Yeah, well, it was. They just decided not to call it.
Strong play and up off of the board. You got to give credit to Sinclair. Sinclair playing aggressive ball.
If you're Fossil Ridge, though, you've got to be pretty happy because you're tied, and Stefik's either scored 2 or none so far. So,
well, Stefik
or 3.
Stefik has not found her outside rhythm for shot. Metcalf takes the shot from outside way off. Offensive rebound. This game's tied 17-17 with 2 minutes left in the second quarter. Rocky has worked their way back into this game on the road. Now, I got to recall, Rocky has not lost on the road yet to a road team. They've lost one game, and it was a neutral court environment. I'd have to say maybe not neutral enough. It was up in Wyoming, but they do know how to win on the road.
That might have been a little Mary Kay call there on that last little makeup from the.
Think they'll get extra points for that one.
Didn't call the carry, but called the travel there.
Outside shot hits nothing but the bottom of the net. Guzman, the junior, averaging 5.8 points per game. That 3 really helps them out.
Now she's carried them scoring so far here in the first half.
Yeah, but I think Stefik, after that first three-pointer off the bank, has struggled to find her rhythm, as well as the defense has been hard on her. Almost there.
Another travel.
Well, Sinclair playing great on that other possession, this time trying to create too much. Turns the ball over. It's like Longshore up top. Eckert going to guard Guzman. The size difference there. Steps back out for the three. Guzman feeling good. That her first time. Nice hustle. Pick up the ball. And a block by Jones. Rebound by Stefik. And then tied up. Possession arrow goes to Fossil. 47 seconds left. This second quarter, 20-17. Fossil ball baseline. Does Fossil have a play? Quick shot. Not sure if they needed to rush that. They had enough time on the clock. Trying to go underneath, cannot. McDonald goes for the jumper. Nice soft touch.
That's what she's got this year that she didn't have last year.
Well, she probably picked that up playing a little bit of summer ball, probably on some club ball. You know, one of the neat things about Colorado is club ball has picked up so much for both girls and boys. It has allowed them to be able to develop that skill set and bring it in later on, and year by year have that incremental growth. Guzman
she's also an all-state shot putter, so she's a three-sport gal.
Guzman with 4 seconds left, banks it off, puts them up 22-19 as the clock expires at halftime. 22-19, Fossil at home leads the Rocky Mountain Lobos. You've been watching high school sports for PSD on Stream It Live. We'll take a break here.
The experience here at Pedersen sold me. Quick, easy.
It was easy, easy process.
Super easy.
It's just as easy as could be. My name is Sonny Lubick, and I've been a customer of Pedersen's for over 25 years. After a while, you're not a customer anymore, you're family. They really build up a relationship. And I think probably the thing that keeps me coming back the most is their service is easy. It's too easy.
Everyone complains about millennials. Nonsense. Millennials, I salute you. You save money like no other generation. You share cars, Wi-Fi passwords, canoes, deodorants. My grandson bought a pair of pants with me. They share pants. Today's his pants day. No boomer ever shared a pair of pants with me.
Wayne, everyone knows by now that Schrader's Country Stores have the best car washes around. They don't need to see you standing in the car wash explaining the undercarriage wash, the rocker panel spray, the protective finish application, and the jet dryer. No, Wayne, all you have to do is see the beautiful shine on my nice clean car. No muss, no fuss, and I'm certainly not all wet.
You won't get soaked at Schrader Country Store car washes, just shiny clean.
So we're back here, score 22-19, getting ready for the second half. And want to thank our banner sponsor, GoJo Sports. GoJo Sports has been providing team sporting needs since 1974. Screen printing, embroidery, leather jackets, and more. Your local place to get high school gear. Check out their new location, 1437 Riverside, just down the street from the Colorado and on the south side of the street. And make sure you thank all of our sponsors. Go on Twitter or Facebook or somewhere and tell them thank you. Schrader Oil, Pedersen Toyota, and First Bank. So for the second half, here's Mr. Eric Freihauf.
You know, I have 2 letter jackets from Fort Collins area. One is for Rocky Mountain High School. I got it at GoJo
Sports.
I also got another one for Colorado State University. Guess where I got that one from?
GoJo Sports.
Of course. Well, start of second half, 22-19. Fossil ahead. They finished strong that last game. In fact, getting that last shot up. What's Rocky's response to this? Outside shot missed by Town. See where Fossil set themselves up. They had a good, strong finish that first half, but throws the ball away, Guzman. Fast breakdown, Jones. Good hands, good footwork. Tries to go to the hole, foul. And it will be off. That was Mishak picking that one up on the drive.
That's a collision there, son.
Yep, I'm trying to figure out, and I don't have stats here, but Jones has either 2 or 3 fouls against it, so Coach is going to have to watch that.
He's got 3 right now.
Yep, 3 fouls. Coach France is going to have to take a look at that, see how she plays over the next 2 quarters. Dunn looking around, could not make the move, does a screen on ball, a little roll. That is kind of a style of play that's more traditional now. Screen on ball, roll, go to the hole, but cannot get it. Metcalf not finding it. And a travel there by Mishak.
Interesting thing, last week Fossil Ridge was ranked number 10. This week Rocky Mountain took their place and they're ranked number 10 now. So Fossil Ridge, I'm sure, is 12 or something. Pretty close, but both teams have been number 10 the last 2 weeks in the state, 5A.
Well, they deserve it with the way they're playing. Both teams playing strong this year. You take a look at the 5A, a little turnover there. You got Horizon up at the top with 2-0, 10-2 in league. Rocky, Broomfield, Monarch, Fairview, then Fossil, and then the rest of the teams that are really trying to piece things together. Legacy, Boulder, Poudre, Fort Collins High School, and Loveland and Greeley West Mountain Range. So
strong conference. Front Range girls is one of the strongest in the state.
McDonald gets a hand on the shot, able to block it, thinks gets the ball going down the other end, gets a turnover though. But Fossil can't create the shot out of the turnover back. Solid jump shot and able to get it, but McDonald couldn't get the rebound. What can Guzman do coming down to the other end? Good defensive transition. Stefak, I thought she was going to step back and take the shot. Nice juke outside, not able to get it. Fouled by Jones, who picks up her 4th foul now on the rebound by Mishak. This is the one where Coach had that risk, whether to have her in there or not. 4th foul on Jones, one of the top players for Rocky. 6 minutes left in this 3rd quarter, 22-19. Mark this down.
Well, Mishak, the senior, is smart enough to know how many fouls she had too, and
just too aggressive by Jones. Mishak gets the rebound, and I think it was really a silly foul by Jones not to go up, and she's going to be sitting for a little bit now because of 4 fouls. Mishak comes up, hits both of them, puts her up 24-19, 6 minutes left in this 3rd quarter. Looks like a 3-quarter trap, 1-2-2, drops back down into a 1-2-2. Good man on defense, steal by Stefak. That's what one of those half courts will do to you, putting pressure on it. Cross courts, Guzman stops it up, gets it off the back of the rim, cannot get it. McDonald picks up the ball, loses location. Boy, got to give credit to Mishak. Mishak stayed on McDonald, fighting for the ball. Mishak loses it over the top of her head and it goes out of bounds.
And I'm not even sure who that was out on, but well, Fossil Ridge gets it.
Mishak had it up over her head, and I mean, when you take a look at it, Mishak was pressuring, and McDonald put it up over her head and it went underneath. Nice play.
That was a double dribble.
Yeah, I think so. On the inbound pass, you could have said that she was setting herself up with that 2-handed dribble. Then she does a little Mikan drill, dips it up and under. Could have been a double dribble, but did not call, but steps up to the line.
First foul for Lena Longshore. I believe that's number 11.
Stefik, 74 free throw attempts on the season. That was the 75th. 76 makes both of them 57 up 76. 74% free throw shooter. Now they're up 26-19. What can Rocky do to respond to that? And a travel. A juke by Gosser, trying to drive her man to the baseline. Jukes to the base, then goes in the middle, but a little travel. Coach France makes an adjustment here. Longshore on.
Longshore senior.
Longshore senior against Stefik, a senior. Nice deep play in there. Mishik off the board. Puts it up 28-19. Think about this. At the half, it was 22-19. Fossil coming out here on a 6-point run. Gets in the 1-2-2, a turnover. Stefik doing European play. That's a European move. Did they call her for a travel? Or nope, it was a block. No.
No, what?
I'm trying to figure out
they
if they
called an offensive foul, which is just...
No, on a European move like that, which is a lateral move, typically you see that.
Yeah, they weren't squared up. There was no way that was a charging, but that's what the young man called, so...
Yep. Stefik trying to sidestep.
Just because you fall down doesn't make it an offensive foul.
I tell you, Coach France is seeing that there's some difficulties with this half-court trap. 1-2-2 now, it drops back in. Trapping from there, Stefik, quick hands.
She's probably already got her 4 steals.
She does. Mishek gets them reset up. Metcalf looks from the outside.
Whoa!
Buries the bottom of the 3. Coach France going over to her bench. Going to put some papers in there. A short timeout here, or is it going to be long? Short 30-second timeout. We'll stay here. Talk a little bit about what's going on. This is essentially a 9-0 run at the beginning of the third quarter. 4 minutes, 33 seconds left in this third quarter, but a 9-0 run. 22-19 where we start off in that third quarter. All done by pressure. What was going on in there? 1-2-2. What created that difference?
Well, they're just right now. They're quicker. The guards are quicker. Ashley Stefik's coming down, and really she's just playing defense in Rocky Mountains, not aware of her hands. Really, I mean, none of them have been outstanding. She just, she's just playing defense and
getting hands on ball.
But also Mishak has stepped up, and she's one of the steadiest players you'll see in girls high school basketball. She's a very steady player.
She was nice down on the post, put it up off the board. Able to contribute to this 9-0 run. 4 minutes, 33 seconds left in the third quarter. 31-19 Fossil. Up high post. See if Rocky can find it down at the feet. She cannot pass to the feet because the feet can't catch. Unfortunate there.
Especially with shoes on them.
Nice play by Guzman. Almost a walk. Didn't get called, but able to pull it back. Number 30. Sinclair gets the rebound, then gets the ball out.
She could have been dancing with the stars right there.
Yep, Gosar back up to McDonald up top. McDonald taking it to the hole, draws the foul. Dunn could not make that defensive step to block her on the drive down the side of the lane. Boy, McDonald's made a great contribution for Rocky this year, this game.
Yeah, she's
stepping up.
That breaks the 9-0 run there. That's the way you want to come out of the third quarter. Every game you say, whoever can come out in the third quarter and take control of the game has a great chance of winning, and you just saw Fossil Ridge do that.
They set the tone. Pressure. I think it was a good move by Coach Sauls to do that half-court pressure, and it's caused Rocky some problems. 31-21. Rocky scores their first 2 points with 4 minutes left in this third quarter. Now let's see what the defense does. See if they can get another turnover. Dunn going deep down below. Metcalf. Nope, not Metcalf. Oh, off the hands of Metcalf going out. Yep, sorry, it was Hobbs that was pushing it back to Metcalf.
Hobbs got her hair done since her last game. She's got
I think a little color in there.
A little color in her hair there.
You ever think about putting that in your own hair like that?
No, it wouldn't take much, though. That's for doggone sure.
Nice play by Guzman. She steps across that 1-2-2 structure. If you try to feed it inside, at that point there, looks like Stefik steps between two defenders, able to draw the foul.
But you see this a lot now, and Gallo does this for the Nuggets. A lot of times that looked like she was just trying to get a foul, wasn't really trying to make the basket. I'd rather see her try to make the basket. If she gets the foul, good, but.
Steps up, hits the first free throw of 2. That was Gozar that got the foul. She has 2 now so far. Hits the second one.
Sammy Stefik, Ashley's big sister, played here as well. Last year, both were on the team.
Boy, Rocky is just having a difficult time coming across half court, but nice drive in there by Gozar. She goes back up, able to drive through. You beat the initial pressure on a half court, and then your purpose is to attack.
Yes,
because that defense is not able to react to it. Nice move into the middle by Metcalf. Again, averaging 5.8 points per game. I think she's right on track with that. Big cross court. Now let's looking for the foul, does not pick it up. Looking over at the coach. Looking over at the ref, wondering, hey, I took that half step and got hit on the arm. I was looking for it. Fossil, that half court press is impressive, helping him out. Almost a 5-second call, steps under. We'll call her for the travel. Those are tough ones. When you pick up the pivot foot, you think you can have a continuation. Typically in layups you can, but you cannot do that on a jump stopper.
That's where they need to hit that, right there in the middle.
Another travel. Warner trying to go to the hole. I think she was confused whether she was going to kick it out for the 3.
Well, she needed to just stop and shoot it.
Yep, 2 points.
She kind of got in between and
yep,
didn't do either.
Guzman brings the ball up. A lot of pressure up on top by Town. Deep catch off the board by Riley Dunn. Nice pass. Fossil up now. 37-23, 2 minutes left in this third quarter. Again, if you've just joined us, this half-court pressure, this second half by Fossil has created a tremendous turn in this game. The momentum is in Fossil's hands. The only thing that Rocky's working on is trying to break that, getting it in to about the high post and see if they can drive to the hole, but the half-court is not there. We marked it at 6 minutes left, 6 minutes 33 seconds left in the third quarter. Sarah Jones picked up her 4th foul. Coach France wants to bring her back in the third quarter with 2 minutes left. High risk. She has 4 fouls on her. Turnover by number 5, Town, who's trying to drive by it, just lost the handle, trips, turns the ball over. Mishak back in. Good play by Town early on. Rocky on the road, has not lost on the road this season.
Fossil Ridge wanting something to say about that, aren't they?
They do. Rocky sticking with their man-to-man. Sarah Jones seeing if they can steal it. Hobbs seeing if he can get it down underneath. Almost a travel by Guzman. Good man-to-man pressure by the Lobos. Jones gets screened off her player. But Lang not able to hit the shot. Kicked ball out of bounds. Nice hustle by Warner. You got to give heart. I tell you, the heart by Rocky is just not to give up. They're going to keep giving their... Ooh. Rocky player trying to sneak up between 2 screeners. Her defender, number 23, Hobbs, trying to sneak right through it. Uses a little bit of an elbow based off of what the ref had seen, trying to get through that split screen.
And that's on Mishak. That's her 3rd as well.
So some foul trouble starting to mount up for both teams. both big players. Here's the 1-2-2. Flash up from the backside. Pulled up. Long hands by Stefik. Gets her hands on the ball again. That is what Stefik provides you up front there. His hands on ball. Off the backboard. Turnover creates points. That's what you want out of it. Number 32, Lang goes up, a junior. Gets right back into the 1-2-2. Quick hands again. Hobbs trying to steal it. Down deep corner. Does she find her stroke? She does from the first half. Was not able to find it. Bennett hits a three from the corner. Brings it up 39-26. 30 seconds left in this third quarter. 13-point lead for Fossil. They pull it out. Looks like they might be working for that last shot.
That's a great looking shot there from the corner. Good form, nice follow through.
Bennett really looking for that rhythm. Couldn't find it in the first half. Nice to see her come out and hit one deep down the baseline. 10 seconds left. 5-second call could be called here. Gets screened off, comes off the three, cannot find it. McDonald sees it, 2 seconds left, gets it over, cannot get the ball up. And that's the end of the third quarter. Fossil putting on the pressure this quarter. Creates a big lead, 39-26. Rocky trying to come back. Come right back here for the fourth quarter on Stream It Sports Live.
The first glance feature shows account information with just a swipe, making it easy to keep track of my balance. And I like keeping track of things.
Check your balance with just a swipe on the First Bank mobile app.
You're watching PSD High School Sports live in high definition on Stream It Sports NoCo.
So we're back here, 39-26 our score, and Fossil Ridge came out, scored 17 points in that quarter, which is a pretty good quarter for girls basketball, high school basketball, but it was mainly off their defense more than anything, and Mishak came to play as well. She's underneath. She's that really calming force down there. She gets rebounds. She hits the shots. She gets fouled. Stefik with just a ton of steals. So we go into the fourth quarter. Rocky Mountain's going to have to find something they have not had yet, which is some good shooting.
Well, I think they picked it up a little bit in pressure. You can see that they're going to stick with their man-to-man. If they can get some hands on balls and some turnovers, they'll be able to get a couple of easy shots. Other than that, they're going to have to protect the boards. Mishak or Dunn has been rebounding hard in there. You take a look at Metcalf as well as Hobbs. All of them contributing. Stefik, again, up at the top, has been really critical for that 1-2-2 half-court press as we start this fourth quarter. Dunn not seeing much out there on the top. High risk pass, especially with the help on the backside. Gozer coming over, and as Gosar kind of looks, sees that
she's got to take that.
Yep. Oh, and gets fouled by Mishak. And you talked about it. Mishak had 3 in the third quarter, picks up her 4th foul. What will Coach Sauls do?
And, you know, I think you got to let her go ahead and shoot that. She was coming in pretty strong, and I'm not sure she had control of her body to slow down enough to hit that.
Yeah, Warner was going straight to the hole. Yep.
There's an art to slowing your body down in there to make a layup.
Well, basketball is a game of choices, and if you're not in a position to be able to capture the charge, if somebody's driving by you, you either be very athletic and block it from behind, or you step away. But really a strip thing. She's going to have to take her to the bench for a while, bring her back a little bit later on. 39-28, 7 minutes left in this fourth quarter. Rocky visiting Fossil. Rocky has not lost a game on the road. Does not want to lose one today, but Fossil is showing what it takes to own the home court.
Fossil program has been one of the top in the state the last 5 years since Chad Sauls took over, and
he's coaching his team there on the sideline, trying to make sure that there's motion, no shot clock, you remember. So you can keep motion, keep movement. That's what Coach wants to see, and then get a good shot out of it. Looked like she had one there.
That was a good shot.
Yep, Gozar gets the rebound, drives down to the other end, stays out of that half-court defense. Oh. Bennett, who had hit that deep corner three, tried to keep her rhythm out there, could not hit it. Had a little pressure on her in that situation.
Warner's coming in making a difference here, and see Sarah Jones coming back in.
That's the fourth foul on number 23, Hobbs. So 2 players for Coach Sauls that are in foul trouble. He's going to have to go deeper into the bench. Jones deep in the corner, trying for the 3 camp, but McDonald comes back, gets the rebound, puts it off the backboard. Good tandem play. Get an outside shot, get the offensive rebound. This is an 11-point game, 6 minutes left. First foul against number 32. Lang, who has checked in, try to help out with Mishak and Hobbs now on the bench. Nice stroke. You know, when you flip the wish like that, it gives it more opportunity. You know, your son was a great player as well too, and you teach him the fundamentals of shooting. That backspin on the ball from flipping that wrist is just critical for.
And that's what they call a shooter's touch. When somebody says they've got a soft touch.
Nice shot by her.
That backspin is what makes it do that.
Has it within 9 points, 39-30, 6 minutes, 23 seconds. Coach France bending her knees a little bit, wanting her team to come out and play some tough defense. Gozer up top, trying to see if she can create something off that. Little deny, pushing things off of the paint. McDonald seeing she can play defense there. Ooh, that's a George Mikan move coming up underneath the backboard. Couldn't get it off there, but stepped on the baseline. A turnover for Rocky.
So we're going to have a timeout after that play, and that was a interesting play coming around there. Stepped out of bounds. So anyway, we'll be back after this message. You're watching Streamin' Sports.
The experience here at Pedersen sold me. Quick, easy.
It was easy, an easy process.
Super easy.
It's just as easy as could be. My name is Sonny Lubick, and I've been a customer of Pedersen's for over 25 years. After a while, you're not a customer anymore, you're family. They really build up a relationship. And I think probably the thing that keeps me coming back the most is their service is easy. It's too easy, in fact.
So we're back here now. 6:03 left, 39-30. Fossil Ridge ahead of Rocky Mountain, and starting to have some foul trouble on both teams. And so, you know, sometimes fouls are good, sometimes fouls is lazy defense, and we've seen both really.
We have Mishak and Hobbs on the bench for Fossil. Key players for them deep down underneath that can score. Can Rocky now take it inside, see if it can draw some fouls or get some buckets. McDonald, nice deep catch, just a little too far off the backboard.
Metcalf's had a quiet, nice game, hadn't she? She's a
big contributor. Vallejo in there trying to substitute in for Mishak and Hobbs. McDonald gets the turnover, goes up for the layup, now brings it to a 7-point game. 5 minutes, 25 seconds left. Fossil scores only 2 points so far in this quarter. 6 points for Rocky. And what will they call? They're going to call a foul. Oh, they're going to call a trip.
Last year, McDonald her athleticism would have allowed her to make that steal, but it had been 50-50 on whether she would have made the layup there. And she's now learned. She's got some technique, a shooting, and just an outstanding play.
Yep, maturing as a play. That last foul was against Longshore. I don't think she felt like it. Nice play by Stefik. She thought she had it, but no rebound. But look at that. Misses the shot, stays within the paint, battles 2 other Rocky Mountain Lobos for the rebound, keeps it alive, and Rocky just pushes it out of bounds. Mishak steps back in and does not miss the shot from the top of the key. Key substitution by Sauls on the out-of-bounds play. High risk, 4 fouls.
That's money in the bank there.
Key gives 2 more points to them. Stefik again.
Perfect defensive position right there. She had her back to the, it's what you teach.
Yep.
It's how you teach it.
We'll give and go back and forth between Longshore and Jones, but not able to convert on that. Stefik putting the pressure on when an overpressure, backdoor.
And let me tell you where Fossil Ridge has an advantage over most every team in the state is Stefik is a closer.
Nice
but look
play,
at Mishak.
If you take a look at that from a fundamentals, she saw that she had no play to go to the hole with the defense in front of her, so she does a step back shot. Nice position for that. Nice rebound on the other side.
She's really come in, Mishak's, and dominated.
Guzman from the outside hits a three. Well, that timeout really helped out Sauls. His team was not scoring, was not finding ways to get buckets. Now the team steps up. We're going to take a short timeout here from Stream It Live Sports. You're listening to High School Sports here.
Wayne, everyone knows by now that Schrader's Country Stores have the best car washes around. They don't need to see you standing in the car wash explaining the undercarriage wash, the rocker panel spray, the protective finish application, and the jet dryer. No, Wayne, all you have to do is see the beautiful shine on my nice clean car. No muss, no fuss, and I'm certainly not all wet.
You won't get soaked at Schrader Country Store car washes, just shiny clean.
Back here, 46-32 our score. And I want to thank our banner sponsor, GoJo Sports. GoJo Sports has been providing team sporting needs since '74. Screen printing, embroidery, letter jackets, and more. Your local place to get high school gear. Check out the new location, 1437 Riverside, just down from the Colorado, and on the south side of the street. And send a note to all of our sponsors, thanking them. Schrader Oil, Pedersen Toyota, and First Bank. We've had a couple of First Bank shots this game. And 4 minutes left in the game. Randy McCoy, Eric Freihauf here.
You know, it's a 7-0 run by Fossil, and it's been done not by actually half-court traps. It's been by speed and good man-on-man defense and a key substitution, bringing in Mishak back in to help out. Guzman, Mishak, Stefik, all have contributed there. Nice play by McDonald. Aggressive going into the paint. Stefik comes across the arms, forces her to go to the free throw line. That's the second, I think.
That's Metcalf.
Oh, it was on Metcalf.
Yeah,
Excuse
11,
me.
number 2 on the Metcalf.
Bottom of net. Well, I think Rocky was making a run. They had made a statement early on in this quarter, trying to get back into it, makes both of the free throws, brings it back to a 12-point game with 3:45 left. What kind of pressure, what kind of turnovers? Can Fossil close this game out? We'll see over this next 3 minutes. Rocky playing good man-on-man, trying to put pressure on it, see if they can pick up a turnover. Fossil not stressed on what they need to do, allowing movement, back door. That overpressure play by Stefik says, if I'm going to be pressured on the outside, I'll backdoor. Nice pass by Dunn. McDonald. Deep drive, not able to put it off the board. And a rebound.
I was going to say.
Mishak fouled by Gozer.
That's one of those ones you were...
Whoa, hold it for a second. That was a foul against Mishak. She fouls out. That was the risk. Mishak gets the rebound.
So they missed the foul on the diving into her, and then Mishak hits her.
Yep, one of those things you're trying to keep it up around the chin and then outlet it, versus Mishak actually had it down around her waist and didn't protect it. Could not hit the free throw. Those are the ones that coach just looks at and says,
yep,
got to hit those on the free throws. And it was a high risk for Mishak. Good game, though. She played a good game. Now she has to watch her team, see if she can close out.
Well, she's, like I said, they've got maybe the best closer in the state in Ashley Stefik. What's her free throw percentage? It's high, I know that.
74%.
But you can't throw the ball away like that.
14-point lead for Fossil here at home up here in Fort Collins, Colorado. 48-34, 2 minutes 40 seconds left in this game. Fossil's in the bonus, 9. Next foul on Fossil will put Rocky into the bonus. Nice block. Riley Dunn just keeps her feet, goes up. Able to swat that one.
They will try to milk this clock down now. And as soon as I say that, they prove me wrong.
Well, you got Vallejo Jr. in there, averaging 1.3 points per game, catching it deep.
Yeah, with a 14-point lead, you probably just keep playing.
Yep, 2 minutes left. Deep catch by McDonald, trying to find anywhere that you could put it off the board, could not. Strong move down to the block, could not get it. Rebound by Fossil. No hustle there by Guzman. No hustle, no rush there, excuse me. Maybe it was a little too much of a rush for a shot there. Clock's on their side, they just need to run it out. Bennett trying a 3, hits a 3. She knew she had the feeling for it. Puts it up to 11-point game. Minute 25 seconds left. 48-37. Shot from Metcalf, top of the key. Jones trying to pull the rebound down. Gets it. Time is short. Minute left. Down by 11. Outside shot from 3. Hits it. Number 23, Bennett, hits 2 threes in a row. 6 points, 48-40. 57 seconds left in this game. Timeout by Coach Sauls. Does not want to have that happen. It's going to be a full timeout.
We'll talk a little bit about what we got coming up. We got the boys game coming up in after this, so we will go off the stream, and then we'll come right back with 5 minutes before the game time. So you'll just go on the same stream. And Fossil Ridge coming in uncharacteristically with a 6-7 record. I can't remember the last time they were under 500. And Rocky Mountain is 500 for the first time in a few years as well. So this might be I think it's going to be an interesting game. Of course, Braxton Bertolet, the boys team, one of the top scorers in 5A, averaging about 26, I believe. So be interesting to see. But we've got a 48-40 game here with about 55 seconds left here in the girls' game.
Bennett has stepped up, hit 6 points in a row, 2 threes. She felt that rhythm early on when she hit the baseline jumper. Now she's trying to pull her team back in here. What can Rocky do over this last 55 and a half seconds to get back into this game? Pressure's on. Lead out to Guzman. Guzman lost her dribble. Travels by switching her pivot foot. Coach France is looking at it opportunistically. What did Coach Sauls do in the timeout out of bounds? What would you have told the players to do?
Well, you got to move the ball one thing, and you can't turn it over.
And Bennett coming back for a 3 again, just a little bit out of her range. Guzman was trying to look for her.
You call that a heat check, don't you?
Yep. I think it was the right shot, just a little bit too far off the lane.
That's a heave up there. That was a good 2 foot behind the line there.
Now you're starting to get into college and some of the European pro. Well, clock's now the problem. What do you have to do? You have to stop it. And Town steps up and hits Guzman. Guzman now walked down to the other end. That is the 7th. That's the 7th foul. So it's just bonus 1-on-1, not a double bonus.
Second on Towns.
Guzman, 65% free throw shooter. Been to the line 20 times. Steps up and smoothly hits the free throw.
That's been a good matchup, Guzman and Town.
Guards up there doing a lot of work, bringing the ball up, playing tough defense against each other, trying to be the general out there. Guzman steps up, misses the second shot. 9-point game, 49-40, 35 seconds. Gets it down to Bennett. Bennett has been the shooter. Somebody's going to have to find a shot.
Well, Lena Longshore can hit him too.
Yep. And you take a look at that. Metcalf.
Double dribble.
Saul says, make sure Bennett does not shoot the three. Warner picks up her, I think, 5th foul. 22 seconds left, 9-point game. Lead by Fossil. Ball easily inbounded. Get it into the right hands of senior Stefik. Gets fouled by Town. Town needs to keep the game going. 17 seconds left on the clock, though. 3rd foul on Town. Puts Stefik up onto the...
she plays hard, I'll tell you what.
Yep. Yeah, you got to give a hand to all the players on the court. They have played very hard. They've tried to step up. Jones gets the rebound. Stefik misses the free throw, but too little too late here if it's not up. Ball to the basket and misses the foul. 9 seconds left, 49-40. Looked like Town was...
it's hard to not foul.
Yep.
It's hard to know there's only 9 seconds, and it doesn't really matter if they hit it, but...
They're in the heat of the game.
In the heat of the game, aren't they?
Yep. Just not enough at the end. Rocky, beginning of that 3rd quarter, going into that 4th quarter. 3rd quarter gets outscored 17-7, comes back, gets it within 8 in the 4th quarter. Great hustle, good shooting by Bennett. Just not enough to finish out the game. Town hits the 2nd and 1. Foul. Trying to prolong the game. 49-41, 7.7 seconds left.
And these may be some of the kind of things that you do because it's a crosstown game, you know.
Yep, Gozar gets a foul. She has 3 on her.
And this is a great game for Rocky because Rocky's going to have to be able to beat a team as good as Fossil Ridge if they want that record to take them very far, you know.
You know, really the gap for Rocky on this one was handling that 1-2-2 half-court press. That was a play that Sauls put in at the beginning of the 3rd quarter, and that created the gap that Rocky could not make up. Guzman steps up and hits the first of 2 free throws.
And that's where you've really got to have more than athleticism. You've got to have some savvy and some basketball.
Well, they'll go back and look at the videos on that, see what caused the problems in there. 2 seconds. Bennett from downtown tries to get it. Could not, but Rocky, Fossil, great first of 2, a doubleheader tonight. Fossil, the home team wins 51-41. Great game. Any post-game analysis?
Great. Well, you know, I think Fossil did what they felt like they needed to do, and Rocky came in. They're going to have to be able to beat teams like that to go where they want and do what they want to do by the end of the year. So anyway, that's our score. We will be back in just a bit with the boys' game. So just go on and clear your browser, and then you can come on and the same link and see the game. So anyway.
Poudre School District High School Basketball, live on Stream It Sports, Northern Colorado, has been brought to you by Schrader Oil. Fuel your day. By Pedersen Toyota, everything cars made easy. And by First Bank. Visit any of our convenient locations in Northern Colorado.